Before we head into the junk heap itself, I just want to take this opportunity to finally have a look at that DLC weapon that we picked up. The one-handed sword Fool's Embrace. It's not a bad one-handed sword, and it's shaped like a dragon. That's about it. And now for something soul-crushing.
Damn it! Where'd they go? Get him! Don't let him escape! There's something over there!
Who are you? Military defense robot P-33. You are an intruder. You must be eliminated. Error. There is something leaking from your eyes. What is crying? Who is Mom? My creator is also dead. He perished hundreds of years ago. 874 years, 10 months, 14 days, 4 hours, and 43 minutes. 44 minutes. I am incapable of being lonely, or missing others, or crying. You will die? Why will they kill you? I will not permit the humans to kill Kalil. Military defense robot P-33 will protect you. P-33 is charged with defending others. P-33 will defend Kalil.
There's gotta be tons of machinery here.
Yeah, but I don't know how much we can actually use.
Oh, wow! Check this out! It looks brand new!
Hey, be careful there.
I'm fine!
Oh no.
Huh?
Look out!
Jacob! Jacob, no! No,
The noise of the intruders caused the structure to fail. They should have proceeded with more caution. One intruder has perished.
The junk heap. Perhaps we should speak to the brothers. They might know something about this.
This can only end well, I'm sure.
Oh, hello again.
Still feel kind of bad that Nier has apparently been taking care of the other kids. The other two kids that he met during his 5-year interim, but he just kind of ignored these two completely. Despite, needing weaponry. Then again, the brothers are apparently absolutely batshit insane, so maybe that's for the best. Come to think, in this particular case, I think it's less repairing the sword than completely reforging it, given that I believe it only had about a foot of its blade left. And this thing is about 7 feet long. Little wonder it takes him longer than he thought it would. Anyway, even though we still have memory alloy, we have to go back inside and get some. So, back to the junk heap. Back to fighting robots. Back to gray corridors. Okay, we're done.
It's a shame about the older lad. He was but a child.
He died protecting the only family he had left. It's a damn shame.
A large seagoing vessel that carries freight and passengers over bodies of water. You have taught me much, Kalil. You have helped to expand my vocabulary. You have instructed me in the ways of the outside world. Because we are friends.
Now, isn't that sweet? I, for one, always loved the coming-of-age story between a boy and his giant military defense robot. Gets me every time. So, yeah, the game just lets you carry on if you happen to have memory alloy in your inventory. Which is good. So, I don't know if you noticed, I'm sure that if you're listening closely enough you probably did, but, you probably saw or heard or whatever that Kalil's lines are actually in English. They're just through a great deal of filters. Much the way, some of Gretel's lines could also be understood. It's a very nice touch. I imagine, especially in the Japanese version, because of the actual language difference. So you know that they're speaking in something that actually exists, but you can't quite understand it that well. What we're seeing here is just a little miscellaneous weapon upgrading. I happen to have some weapons that could be upgraded, and, you know. I'm kind of rolling in cash, so there's no reason not to. At this point, I went ahead and just did the Forest of Myth stuff. We've already seen it twice. So we can just go ahead and assume that that went, well. It went well. We destroyed a mythical giant tree shade thing, I guess? Anyway, that happened. And after that happened, we went right on ahead, went back to the village, and got our letter. And by we, I mean that's what you're seeing here, because every single time I do this in New Game Plus, I always forget to check for the letter. Every single time. Straight back to the junk heap. Realize they haven't actually sent me the thing. Come back here. Every single time. Oh, I just did the math on that. That's a lot of times. Wow. Anyway, we'll take a nice little trip through the plains. Stormy. There's shades out here. Fun, terrible fact. If you come out on the plains on a nice sunny day, you will find a whole bunch of these child shades. And in addition to them, you will also find 3 larger shaman shades. You know, like basically adults watching the children play. I would like to remind everybody that we are the heroes of this game. Thank you. There's a shiny, there's a shiny, there's a shiny. Thank God I got it. I can never tell, I do all my commentary in post, so I kind of forget if I actually react to my kleptomania sometimes. Kind of sad when the answer is yes.
Hey there. Your weapon is ready to go.
Great. Thanks.
You know, with a weapon like that...
You were going to say?
I need to ask you for a favor.
Oh, yeah?
I want you to avenge my brother.
That's a rather ponderous favor.
It's my mission. It's why I've been creating these weapons for the past 4 years. I don't care about money. I only care about making a weapon strong enough to kill those bastards.
What bastards?
The ones in the mountain. That little shade and his robot.
There are shades here?
Your brother was killed by a shade?
Yes.
And what have we decided,
It's killing time.
Yeah, let's not ask for details. Oh, Nier. This time, unfortunately, we actually have to go through the junk heap. There's no a nice and easy back door that you can use on subsequent plays. You just have to Well, you know, junk heap. At least the music is fantastic. Got me through 30 hours of grinding for materials. Good times. I'm actually going to be skipping part of the floor here because, again, the game's on hard mode, everything has way too much HP.
Sibling. Do you think he was ever truly happy?
But there is something that I want to mention, and there's a reason that I waited until the junk heap to bring this up. The bullets. The bullets in the DLC. You may have noticed that they aren't quite the little red and black magic bullets. They're Emil's face. I have played with these costumes on a lot. Not necessarily this one, I like the second set a lot better, and, you know, when you're spending 30 hours farming for materials, you just want to change of pace sometimes. And every time I do this, every time, I forget that this is a thing that happens. And generally speaking, it's not that big a deal, but the junk heap is one of the major bullet hell areas in the game, not just like the bullet hell bosses. And this gets, really disconcerting. Really disconcerting really quickly. He's watching you. Always. And then there are dozens of them. It's weird. Wait until this happens in the area or something. It's just weird. The best part, of course, is that, well, bullets are all different sizes. You can see that the cannons are firing off regular-sized bullets, and the little guys are firing off smaller bullets, and there is a particular enemy that fires off really large bullets. Which, when you keep forgetting that this happens, is basically akin to minding your own business, then suddenly having that moon from Majora's Mask trying to kill you. It's really freaky. Really freaky. Maybe we'll have the privilege of seeing that. Maybe I'll have to go out and make it happen. Let's just go. Yep, here we are. I went ahead and skipped the next level because you really don't need to see that. And we're right on the level before the actual boss fight.
I've never heard of a shade living with a machine. What's that about?
Doesn't matter. I'll kill the Shade and anyone who gets in my way.
This may have been a mildly bad choice on my part because for some reason this one guy just refused to die. Until he coerced him otherwise. You're not missing anything on the other floor, incidentally. The extra dialogue will only trigger once we actually find the boss. There was nothing between here and there, now and then. That would be interesting. Or different. Incidentally, this game only has 3 save slots. No matter what you do, you only have 3. It makes keeping track of what I might need to re-record or look over and redo a little bit iffy. So that's why I get confused on the save screen sometimes. Anyway, boss.
Intruder detected. Scanning. Scanning.
There it is.
Good lord, it's enormous.
Intruder detected. Scanning. Scanning. Exterminating.
Right, so boss strategy is the same as ever, and that's
Thing is commanding the robot somehow.
completely inconsequential right here.
Knock it down.
See,
Take out the shade.
I'm sure you probably got this a little bit at least with Gretel, but the big thing about New Game Plus is the inevitability. It's the fact that you've already played the game, and you know what's going to happen, and you can't stop yourself.
Must defend my
Let me rephrase that. You can't stop the characters. This is a cycle of violence, I guess, that will infinitely play out as long as you're willing to let it happen.
No! Damn it! That's a shade! It's a shade!
Kill him! Kill him! Feel the hate inside you.
And Tyron really doesn't help. The point being that, this... Oh god. I forgot that happened. Right, the point being that you get through all these bosses, and then you kill them with impunity the first time because, you know, they're monsters or they're giant robots. They obviously don't feel anything, right? But then you get to this point where you've seen some of their backstory, and it kind of sinks in at some point that you need to keep going. I mean, maybe in, and I say a big maybe here because not a lot of games really utilize New Game Plus all that well, or all that interestingly. But in a different game, you might have this New Game Plus where your party member can hear the shades, and then you get to make these alternate decisions, and ultimately the ending is different and more amicable. That's not the case
This thing
here.
can transform?
It is the same story every time, it's just that you have the benefit of realizing how much of a dick you are, basically. I say this for this one in particular because, well, I personally got to this point and legitimately had a lot of trouble actually finishing off the boss.
Escape. Escape. Escape.
Like,
Escape.
I guess I might have assumed or hoped is probably the better word, that something would change, or you would have an opportunity to, like, stall for time long enough that you could make a difference, or let Kaine mention, by the way, I think this is like a 16-year-old child that we're trying to murder right now. But, no. And really, this sensation, this really horrible feeling that you get when you realize that is one of the primary reasons that this game should be played and not simply seen.
Swat him down!
I mean,
killed here!
You know, you get the point from this, but there's nothing that really compares to that horrific sinking feeling when you realize what you're about to do.
Error.
And more importantly, when you realize that you can't change it, even though you, as a player, as an observer, know what's going on. Oh, fun fact. Here, when the P-33 smashes his head into the ceiling, you might have gotten this by now, but, he's shoving his head in that hole that you jumped in to try and get Kalil out. So he's not just trying to break the ceiling and hurt you, he is, attempting to get his best buddy back, to safety, and the whole ceiling smashing is just an unfortunate side effect. Incidentally, I did not know this, but if you let him live long enough, he'll actually redo his doppelganger thing here. Which I took out in the most appropriate way possible. I am so sorry about this.
Defend my mission. My mission.
Mission.
Kalil. Together. BP alone. BP. Cry?
You...
You stupid machine! You killed my family! You took everything from me! Why did you have to be here? Why you? Why are you here? Why?
Beautiful. What a perfect example of humanity.
I'm glad Tyrant is always around to spice up the party.
Why did you have to be here? Why you? Why are you here? Why?
Hitting that thing won't bring your brother back.
But he's dead! And it's this bastard's fault! And hitting it makes me feel better! Just wait. You freak! You goddamn freak! I'm gonna explore this entire mountain now! I'll make terrible weapons! Killing machines! No one can stop me!
Yeah.
Madness driven by hate. This is hardly the happy ending I was expecting.
He doesn't know any other way.
Revenge is a fool's errand.
I know.